Hello. Today we're in our autonomous vehicle project, AV, where we have a bunch of different requirements, but we're actually going to show a little bit of how we can use Saphira for ISO 26262 or ASPICE automated validation of artifacts, just like an internal audit team would typically perform. So you can see here we have these requirements, but down here we have some different items we've added, in particular a link. And we'll see in a minute how we automatically assess this against some checklists that we configure based on the assessment guidelines. So for example, in this case, in our project settings, which I have up right here, we have defined the software architectural design properties that an assessor would dictate any software design must capture. And this is pulled directly from VDA's ASPICE guide right here, section 0404. And in reality, what we're actually going to do is we're going to come up with either separate projects or separate object types for everything in this document. And we can do that automatically using our PDF ingestion mechanism. So we've done that for one section. And now we're going to start inputting documents that we wish to assess against those standards. So the idea is you can do this for just about any document. It could be a design document, it could be an actual code snippet, it could be a change, and we're going to get out some results. So this first one that I've put in here is a Google Doc. It's actually my design doc. And so I want to assess my design doc for the Saphira platform against the software architectural design properties that ASPICE would encourage. And you can see here that our assessor automatically has only marked some of these as complete. So it said, hey, you're good to go on operative system, including task structure, but you're not good to go on describing the overall software structure. So let's click in to see why. It says, hey, the document only focuses on functional aspects and it only integrates architectural design content. So, or rather, you need to do that. So that gives you some good sense of the changes that you as an auditor might relay back to your engineering team before marking your team as ASPICE compliant. Now let's try this with something else. Let's, for example, input a document that's entirely unrelated. So let's come over here to um, Google Docs and let's, for example, give it just gibberish. And so you can see here, once we provide gibberish, that we actually won't even get that much. And now you can obviously see I'm doing this with Google Docs. We support this for basically any input format, including visual formats. So it doesn't even need to be a document. Uh, but the Google one, if you've never logged in before, will prompt you to pop up and uh, authenticate with Google. So let's give this a shot. And let's see what it says in just a minute about this Google Doc, which only says ABCD. So one thing as this loads that I'll confirm is that this is totally configurable. And in fact, you can provide as much description or context as you like for every one of those independent items in your checklist. So for example, you can provide an entire document explaining what that particular item in the checklist means. And you can point us towards any number of items. Okay, so something went wrong here. Let's see if Ref4 came through. It did, and let's click in and take a look at what the checklist was populated as. So you can see there's an I for everything, which means that everything failed as we expected, and you get these answers back. The provided document titled ABCD does not say anything about software structure. And it says, we recommend, including a clear description of the architectural components. So you can actually run this and send the entire report back to your team to be able to move forward quickly. Hope this was a useful view of using Saphira to audit your ASPICE or ISO 26262 compliance, quickly automating some very challenging workflows.